I'm Neil, and I'm the teacher.
And I'm Sean, and I'm the deal maker.
Together,
We're the Rise Guys.
Picture this. To get your real estate license in Alberta, you had to show up to a classroom for 20 days in a row. 20, that was the only way in. Today, the path looks completely different, and honestly, that change is a beautiful thing. Let me tell you the story. Let me take you back for a moment. There was a time when getting your real estate license in Alberta meant one thing and one thing only. You went to a classroom in person for 20 consecutive days, not 20 days spread out however suited you, 20 days in a row. Picture what that asked of a person. You had to clear your calendar for the better part of a month, show up every single day, and fit the rest of your life around it. Your job, your family, your commute, all of it had to bend to those 20 days. For a lot of good people who would have made wonderful professionals, that was a real mountain to climb. That was simply the path, and everyone who came before walked it. I think about that whenever a student tells me they're studying at 10 at night after the kids are asleep, and I smile because look at how far this has come. Then something wonderful happened. As of 2011, the licensing model in Alberta changed. The mandatory and class structure, those 20 consecutive days, was no longer the only way in. The path became flexible. And here is the part I really want you to hear, because it matters. This was not about making things easier or watering anything down. The learning you have to master is still just as serious, and the standard for becoming a real estate professional is every bit as high as it was before. What changed was the road, not the destination. Before, everyone had to travel the exact same 20-day road at the exact same time. After 2011, you could choose your own road to the same place. That single change opened the door for so many people who simply could not have parked their whole life for a month in a classroom. So what does that flexibility actually look like today? Here's the beautiful part. The total time and the learning requirements stayed consistent with the old in-class structure. You still cover the full body of material, and it is still serious work. Nothing about the substance was lost. What you gained was control over the calendar. Now you organize your studies around your own life, not the other way around. And the range is remarkable. Some students lock in, put their head down, and move through it in about a week. Others take up to 2 full years, working a little at a time around a demanding job or a young family. Both of those are completely valid. There is no single right pace. The person who finishes in a week and the person who takes 2 years arrive at the very same place, having learned the very same material. That is what real flexibility gives you, the freedom to fit this around the life you are actually living. Now, let me bring this home to you. Sitting where you are right now, this flexible path was built for real people with real lives, and that includes you. You can study at night after work, on a Saturday morning with a coffee, in the quiet minutes between shifts. You do not have to clear a solid month off your calendar before you are even allowed to start. Your job, your kids, your circumstances no longer decide whether you get to begin. And I would gently say this: that flexibility is a gift, so use it well. Set a pace you can actually keep. Steady, consistent effort will carry you further than trying to cram everything into a marathon. The freedom to choose your own pace is yours now. The people who came before did not have it. You do. So plan a rhythm that fits your life and then keep showing up for it. So here is the whole story in one breath. Getting your license in Alberta once meant 20 consecutive days in a classroom, no exceptions. Since 2011, that very same learning fits around your own schedule, whether that is a focused week or a patient 2 years. The standard stayed high and the door swung wide open at the same time. That is a rare and lovely combination, and it is worth pausing to appreciate. If you ever feel behind or like life keeps getting in the way, remember that the path itself was reshaped precisely so that real life would not shut you out. Start where you are. Pick a pace you can keep. And if you have a question about the course or the road ahead, bring it to our Thursday live webinar and we will talk it through together. That is the show for this week. I will see you in the next one. New webinar summary every week. Subscribe so you never miss one.